Welcome to Trap Live with Bill Boggs. Today, comedy from the one and only Jackie the Joke Man Martling and our special guest at her piano, the luscious diva, direct from her home in beautiful Arizona, Ann Hampton Callaway. Plus, comedy moments from Wanda Sykes and George Carlin, because everybody is alive on Trap Live. Brought to you today by the guaranteed laugh out loud again and again new novel, The Adventures of Spike the Wonder Dog, as told to Bill Boggs. I'm your also Trap director, announcer, and former man about town, Jeff Leibowitz. And now, the best host to be Trapped Live with, and Spike's best friend, Bill Boggs.
A dear friend of mine, Ann Hampton Callaway, singer, songwriter, excellent songwriter, pianist, actress, wonderful human being, a terrific performer, the essence of what performing is. She's recorded almost 20 albums. She has terrific tribute shows, most recently Peggy Lee, the Peggy Lee Century, and her tribute to, oh, Jesus, I went blank, Linda Ronstadt, excuse me. Here's the one and only, my favorite diva, Ann Hampton Callaway. Hi, Ann.
I love you so, I always will. I'm glad to be here as a guest on your YouTube show. Don't you know?
And
well, how are you?
Thank you for being with us on Trap Live, my dear. It's a lot I want to talk about. I'm sorry, I almost forgot the name of Linda Ronstadt there, but Linda.
Well, I call that Jazzheimers.
I forgot to mention that you are the proud author, I believe, of the hand washing song. Is that correct?
That's right. I wrote a song I just released it as a single. Would you like to hear it?
Yes, the hand washing song. Pay attention, everybody.
Staying healthy, be virus is a great thing to do. Enthusiastically wash your hands so you and yours can be germ-free. Sing this song while you wash and clean. Stay healthy and strong with this great hygiene.
Ann, I'm assuming your hands are clean now. Tell us where we are right now. Tell us and how you're doing in the midst of everything else. I mean, our lives are great. Your house is wonderful.
That's a hard question to answer. I feel very fortunate to be in a place I rarely am in my normal life because I tour all the time. But now I get to enjoy my new home in Tucson, Arizona, and I look out at the mountains and the beautiful birds, and it's a very special spiritual sanctuary. And so it's a nice place to be if you have to be somewhere during all of this. But it's mind-boggling. It's hard to comprehend all of what we're going through right now. And so I'm glad to get to commune with people online and in concerts on Zoom and get to do things like with you guys. And it's, we just have to hold each other close and give our best and take good care of ourselves and stay as positive as we can. There's so many unknowns still about what's ahead of us, but one step at a time, one day at a time, and being able to laugh a little bit, Jackie, at those jokes that, oh my goodness, wow, what can I say? It's important to be able to have some levity, right?
Yeah, I said to somebody about the situation we're in now, and it's almost like a laboratory for being in the moment.
Yes.
One of the things I find is very helpful, I say to myself, now is the only time there is, because we have so many conversations, what's going to happen? This is going to happen. We know friends who are sick, and are we going to be okay? And it really, laboratory, to just be here now, as the great Ram Dass said. What kind of music have you been playing for yourself, but just for your own escapes, or essentially while you've been home, or playing for others in this atmosphere of trying to give back, which is essentially why we created this show. I just thought if we can do something to entertain people and lighten the load,
Yeah, I listen to all kinds of music, and I've been busy trying to sing songs that are both inspirational and beautiful and beloved. And, you know, a song like the song I wrote for Barbra Streisand, by the way, it's her birthday today. Thank you so much, Barbara, for being born. It's interesting how now songs that you listen to, no matter what they are, have a new meaning. And like Over the Rainbow, now I sing it and I think about the people we've lost, and I try to sing it as a blessing to people who didn't get a proper goodbye. There's so many different kinds of music that I love. Brazilian music, and I love jazz, and I love pop, and just great songwriting. And so many of my friends in the music business are putting out amazing parodies and beautiful, inspiring songs. And it's really, somebody called this time the Coronaissance, because it's like a renaissance of artists trying to step forward, like Alicia Keys writing a beautiful song that was just unveiled yesterday. And the beautiful global concert, I was very inspired by that, to see all the singers in their homes, Lady Gaga in her house. You know, it was very nice to be gathered as an entire world. And I think we need a little bit more of that.
That's what Jane said. Jane likes seeing the houses where the people are. When you mentioned Barbra Streisand, happy birthday, Barbara. I saw you in Funny Girl in Philadelphia on the road. You wrote three songs for Barbara. It always had a second act problem, that show. But she was terrific. And Sidney Chaplin, Charlie Chaplin's son, played Nicky Arnstein in the original production. But anyway, 3 songs for Barbra Streisand, all of which ended up, which you wrote, on albums that were platinum albums. She, the diva of divas would be Barbra Streisand, maybe. It's in general, what was it like working with her, submitting material for her? We know she's a real perfectionist and to the nth degree. Like Warren Beatty is the same thing with films. Tell us a little bit about what that was like.
Well, I wrote a song in 1987 called At the Same Time, and it was a peace anthem, and I thought, I want Barbra Streisand to sing this song. Now, I was relatively unknown. I had no connections to her whatsoever, but I just felt in my heart that this was meant to be. Year after year after year, I sent the song in various ways. I tried to get it into her world. I met many people around her. And finally, my dear friend Amanda McBroom said to her A&R guy, Jay Landers, my friend Ann Hampton Callaway has a song that you should listen to for Barbara's inspirational album. So I met with Jay, and he heard the song, and he said, Ann, are you willing to do rewrites? I said, whatever it takes. I was doing so many rewrites. Finally, I had to get a call from Barbara, and I was talking to my dad in Chicago, and suddenly I get this message. I say, Dad, can you hold just a second? Hi, Ann, I've got Barbara on the phone. Can you talk to her? I swear to God, I almost had a heart attack. And there she was, like, Ann, hi. I want it to be simple but profound. And it was really interesting to try to find just the way she felt comfortable with the melody and the lyrics, and we got everything just right. And 10 years to the date that I wrote the song, she recorded it. It reached 6 million people on her album Higher Ground, and then she did it on Timeless, her New Year's Eve show. And I just couldn't be more grateful that she has shared this message, and which seems even more relevant now. I'm going to be doing that song in my Sunday live show on Jazz Vox. And so it's interesting getting to know Barbara. She really cares about the world, and I'm glad that she continues to uplift people with her music.
So to take a moment and tell us when folks can, when and where and how they can see that show you just mentioned, the Sunday show.
Well, if you go on my Facebook page, you'll read all about it, and people are handing in requests. I think I've got requests for 50 ballads, and I have an hour and a half show, so I'm gonna have to keep those ballads carefully chosen. But it is Ella Fitzgerald's birthday tomorrow, on Sunday rather, and I'm excited to be able to celebrate the First Lady of Song, and I'm going to do a tribute to Barbara, and then some really gorgeous songs and a few new special parodies of songs that I've been writing in my home.
We're going to do a parody, later on the program. But one of the things that with artists that I've always been interested in is the personal sense of discovery that goes on within an artist of any kind when they really recognize that they have a gift that they can make grow. Last week, talking with Lisa Lampanelli about when she really knew that she had the ability to get people to laugh. So going back, your mother was a vocal coach, a classical pianist, your father a journalist who loved jazz and scat singing and had a huge record collection. So obviously you were inculcated with music. When did you first hear something in yourself, Ann Hampton Callaway, that led you to know that maybe you could just make a whole life of it?
That's a great question. There are so many of those moments that sort of led one after the next. Seeing Judy Garland in the movie with The Wizard of Oz, there she was, this beautiful young girl singing this exquisite song, Over the Rainbow, which we talked about a moment ago. Seeing Barbra Streisand and Funny Girl in the movie, I mean, that was just like one of those aha moments of just so thrilling. The power, the humor, the humanity of her performance in that movie. Going to hear Ray Charles live at the Westbury Music Fair. Oh my God, what a thrilling show. Our family just was blown away by that. My mother's at the piano. I mean, that was just, it was something I knew I wanted to do from the get-go.
But that's knowing you want to do it. When did you recognize that you had a gift that would enable you to do it? Was there a moment when you really thought, gee, I can do this? You know, I've got the chops. That's what I'm looking for.
That moment, I would have to say, was when I was 16 years old at my high school, New Trier East, and I auditioned for the role of Mame in our yearly musical. And I thought, I was classically trained at that point, and I thought, oh no, is this alto role going to hurt my voice? And I just felt so in love with the character. So I got cast as Mame. I had, I think, 14 costume changes with the original costumes replicated for us. And the response, the experience and the response to my performance to this day is one of my favorite things I've ever done. It was just one of the thrilling moments of my life where I thought, okay, maybe I have what it takes to do this. And I knew that I wanted to be on Broadway, and I knew that I wanted to really express myself through music and performance. And I'm so glad that I had that moment, because it just led me straight into the rest of my early years of learning how to be an artist.
But you know, it takes a lot of, like, the kind of tenacity that you had that led to 10 years going by before Barbra Streisand recorded the album. It's not, no matter how big the talent is, it's never necessarily, you know, an easy road.
No. You're so right. Like, for instance, I met Fran Drescher almost 10 years before she was a big star with The Nanny, and I had written all these theme songs for her pilots. And so finally, when I wrote the Nanny theme, I thought, oh, another pilot. But who knew that was going to be the show that would be a huge international hit? And thank you, Fran Drescher. I loved you so much. Have a Malama.
Let's hear a little bit of the Nanny theme, please.
She was working in a bridal shop in Flushing, Queens. Oh my goodness, you put me on the spot. She was working in a bridal shop in Flushing, Queens, till her, oh my God, that is so funny. What was she to do? Where was she to go? She was out on her fanny. So over the bridge from Flushing to the Sheffield store, she was there to sell makeup. The father saw more. She had stayed, she had fled, she was there. That's how she became the nanny. Is that a good amount? You know, I hope my sister is watching, because she loves when I forget the lyrics.
Well, you know, the germinating essence of the show is, this show is comedy. The idea was we just want to entertain the folks. So I asked you, and we have, next week I have my friend Bobby Ridello, and so we're always going to have music and combine it with comedy. But I asked you for two of your favorite comedians, and you picked Wanda Sykes and George Carlin. Yes. So let's take a look. First, why Wanda? And then we'll just see a moment with Wanda in action.
Well, whenever I need to laugh, I just know there are some things. My friend Bill Mays, the jazz pianist, he sent me some hilarious, funny monologues, and Wanda's always just outdoes almost everybody. She's just an exceptionally brilliant woman, and she's she's just, I don't know, so engaging and so cute. So I love her. And wherever you are, Wanda, thank you for so many laughs.
I think, considering we're all eating a little bit more than usual these days, you'll like this. Jeff Leibowitz, if you could please help us by rolling that clip of Wanda, please. Wanda Sykes.
There we go.
You get across that 40 mark, stuff just starts relaxing and just doing whatever it wants to do. Like this area right here, I just named it. This is Esther. This is Esther. This roll right here, this is Esther roll. This is her. Esther is a beast. Loves bread and alcohol. Her two favorite things. Bread and alcohol. Oh, anytime we go out to dinner, we sit down, Esther reaching for the bread. And I try to tell her, Esther, we don't need that bread. Fuck you, I like bread. Give me a drink. Okay.
All right.
You know what I mean?
We can identify with that. We're smiling at that and kind of feeling our stomachs at the same time. And then when you said the second comedian you wanted was George Carlin, which is a great deal of respect for George Carlin. I saw him way back, and I started my career in comedy, managing a comedy team and producing comedy, when he was still doing Al Sleet, the hippy-dippy weatherman.
Yes.
And, a suit, and the hair was back like this. He looked like a shoe salesman, but it changed. Let's take a commercial break. Ann, the show was actually sponsored by my book. Did you know that? It's the only show.
I think I can't imagine a better sponsor than your book. I can't wait to read it. It's
the only show in the history of television sponsored by the host's book. Anyway, just for fun, roll the commercial, Jeff, please.
You got it.
Alan Zweibel, original Saturday Night Live writer and Thurber Prize-winning author of The Other Showman, says, "The Adventures of Spike the Wonder Dog is so smart, witty, and inventive that I had to keep reminding myself that I didn't write it."
And, of course, for the most important part, go to orderspike.com today. You can pre-order the book on Amazon.
So, Ann,
Yay!
thank you, my dear. And remember your beautiful last album, CD album, all of mine's in.
I like to call it an album. That's okay. Yeah.
Jazz goes to the movies, right?
Right, yes.
Remember how you felt the day the box came with the actual
Yes.
album in it, and you opened it up? Just to take 15 seconds on myself. Today
the box came to you, right?
3 years of working, and the book arrived today. This is the first time I've actually.
Woo!
I know.
That's congratulations.
That's really a good feeling. Official publication date.
That's the greatest. That is the greatest.
Yeah, thank you. So let's go to the quiz.
What inspired you to write this book? Well, what inspired you to write the book? How did you get the idea?
Well, all right. What happened was the last television show I was involved with, Ann, and everybody, was a show called My Generation, which was actually produced by the AARP. And I contributed pieces to this show where I interviewed successful people about their success stories. We had some wonderful guests. So the thing got canceled, just like, and nothing lasts forever. And this was about 4 years ago. And I've been chasing TV work my whole life. And I said to Jane, I'm going to write now. I'm going to be a writer. I wrote a novel back in the 80s that actually was optioned for a movie. I wrote a self-help book, but that's been in tandem with my television career. So I had this idea. In North Carolina, before I came to New York, I had on my show a dog, an English Bull Terrier with a spot in his eye. And he became more popular than I was. He was Spike the Wonder Dog. He was hugely popular in North Carolina. Just before coming to New York to take over the big show on Channel 5, Midday Live, he got killed. He got run over by a car. It was horrible. Horrible. And that was a long time ago. So the idea I had was, what if the dog hadn't gotten killed? And he had come to New York with me and became a huge star in today's world of social media and television. So I thought, I'll see what happens. And I sat down to write it. And the voice of the dog, it's narrated by Spike, suddenly blossomed as this comedic, observational comedy voice that I knew I had something. So I just kept working on it. I worked on it for 3 years. I took 7 months off and then came back and kept adding. The very last words I wrote that I added a couple months ago were the words virus-free for a product that was being imported from China. Anyway, thank you for asking. I appreciate that, Ann. Appreciate it very much.
I can't wait to read. I can't wait to read your book. I've also I had a named Muffin, and she. Oh, look at that! Yay! But anyway, yeah, it's interesting how animals can make us feel more connected to some alter ego part of ourselves. And so I want to write a children's book based on my cat, who's now an angel, Muffin, and she's hilarious. And I truly feel like I'm channeling her, so I totally understand how this process must have been for you.
Well, it was hugely rewarding. And win, lose, or draw with this, the process of doing it was what it was all about. The whole time I was doing it, I thought, I know this is funny, and I've been blessed with some very good advanced reviews, but whatever happens, I just have enjoyed the process, and I intend to write a sequel. So I was on a long walk during the week, and I thought an interesting question for everyone, all of us, and Lady Jane here, is this: if you could only have 3 albums during the quarantine at home, and no other music sources except 3 albums. It's a desert island question of quarantines. Which 3 albums would you choose? Now, Jackie, you're on the screen. I see you on the screen now. So give us your 3, Jackie.
Well, the thing about music, especially when it's a limited amount of music, is it's not the music, it's the springboard. And so the albums I would pick would each be a springboard for a section of my life. And I thoroughly have enjoyed every second of every decade. So for the decade of high school and the wonderful early 60s, late 50s, early 60s, I would do Rubber Soul by the Beatles.
Good.
And then for college, when I had a band and we were crazy for the whole early 70s, late 60s, it would be Chicago 2. Which was just great songs. A lot of songs we played in the band, but it was just such a great time. And then for the music and for the memories and for the greatness, it'd be the Best of the Eagles.
The Best of the Eagles, yeah.
And if I lost Rubber Soul and Chicago 2, I really wouldn't care as long as I had the Best of the Eagles. It's just flawless music.
Yeah, absolutely. Lady Jane's favorite song is Desperado, which is no longer her theme song. All right, Ann Hampton Callaway, 3 quarantine albums, please.
Well, one of my favorite all-time albums is, without a doubt, it inspired me to become a songwriter, is Carole King's Tapestry.
Oh.
Every song in there just, it feels like a hug to my heart. Then I would have to say Shirley Horn did a record called Here's to Life.
Yes.
She did it with her trio. And Johnny Mandel laid down the strings. It is absolute perfection. And just the song Here's to Life, what it's all about, that just takes me to an amazing place through these years. And then I was mentioning Brazilian music. I was remembering how so much of my life I listened to João Gilberto's Amoroso. And João Gilberto is one of the great Brazilian guitarist singers. And he has, this record is so intimate. It's like he's sitting on your bed and he's singing to you, and he sings, all these beautiful songs that just like Swonderful. It's so romantic. It's so reassuring. It makes me feel happy. So that's a very hard question for me, because there's a million records I love and worship, but I love the question.
The song, I've heard Marilyn May sing Here's to Life. I can't recall if I've heard you sing it, but I love the line in there, I'm still in the game.
Yeah.
Isn't that the line in that song? It's a beautiful, beautiful song. All right, let's go to my beloved, Jane Rothschild, Lady Jane here. Jane, I know you've been thinking long and hard about this. Lean forward, there you are, darling. Here we are, like Ma and Pa Kettle. Wow. Hi, folks. Jane, your 3 albums, honey.
Well, like Jackie, I was going through the eras, the times of my life, and the first album that I loved goes back to college. Can you hear me?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Okay. Bob Dylan. I mean, Bob Dylan, to me, was the essence of that era.
Which album?
The best of Bob Dylan.
The best of Bob Dylan, okay.
The times they are a-changing, Lay Lady Lay. I love Bob Dylan.
Best of Bob Dylan. Good.
The next one is someone who's still performing, but it goes back many years and he crosses many genres. It's Rod Stewart. I mean, I love all of his music. And to combine it with the only 3 albums, so now I have Rod Stewart doing It Had to Be You, the Great American Songbook, with songs like I'll Be Seeing You, The Very Thought of You. Just even though it's Rod's voice, I happen to like Rod's voice. And my final one is a surprise. It's Lyle Lovett and the Large Band.
So great.
Good.
Lyle Lovett, I lived in New Mexico for 12 years. And while I was living in New Mexico from 85 and 97, I saw Lyle Lovett in Albuquerque. And he sang a song called I Married Her Just Because She Looks Like You.
Great song.
I had an old boyfriend that once said that to me. So.
All right. Let's go to Jeff Leibowitz. You're 3.
Well, for one thing, I'll start by saying that I don't have to bring one of Ann's albums because I'm lucky enough to live in the Palm Beach area where Dick Robinson on his station Legends Radio plays your songs all the time. So I'll get your songs no matter where I go.
Yeah, so we can't pick an Ann album. You understand that, Ann. All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Jeff.
So the one that immediately occurred to me was Sinatra at the Sands.
Oh, yes.
I absolutely wore that album out. And by the way, I've also thought about the math involved here, being alone on a desert island. It is a 2-album set, so I get a little more bang for the buck. The next one, you did not say a musical album.
No, I
didn't.
didn't.
This one is absolutely The Complete 2,000-Year-Old Man, which has 4 records in it, or we used to call them records back in the day. And I absolutely bring that.
Carl Reiner and Mel Brooks, right.
And so that's 4. And then the next one, oddly enough, has 3 albums in it, and it's a 3-fold out LP, which I still have. And talking about what Jackie and Ann said relative to reminding you of times in your life, it certainly reminds me of my high school and college years. And it would be the Temptations Anthology album.
Very good. All right, I'll close it out. Then Anna want us to do one of your beautiful improv songs. My 3 would be Sketches of Spain by Miles Davis, because it transports me out of wherever I am into an imaginary place. Yes, Sinatra at the Sands. I saw Frank 80 times or 82 times, and I can close my eyes and see him on stage and be with them. And finally, the double album, The Concert for Bangladesh, that George Harrison organized, the very first rock and roll charity show that features Ringo on drums, Clapton, Leon Russell, Billy Preston, and it begins with Ravi Shankar. So if you're having problems calming down, you just play that. Anyway, and explain to us the premise of how your improv songs work.
Well, I ask people for words and phrases. Sometimes I ask for a theme, like writing Barbra Streisand's next hit song. Lately, I've been writing songs about the time we're living in now. And if you guys were to toss out a few words and phrases, I'll get cracking.
Well, it's evident that I have to say Spike the Wonder Dog.
Of course.
Spike the Wonder Dog. That's all I'm contributing. Jane, how about you? Good and loud. Lean forward, darling.
What are you looking for? What's the next word?
No, you supply the word. A name or a place.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, I gave a name.
Palm Beach.
All right.
Palm Beach. All right. Jeff Leibowitz, what do you say?
Well, given what's going on now, how about you're never going to believe this?
You're never going to believe this, okay?
You're never going to believe this.
Jackie the Joke, what do you, so a name or a place or a phrase, is that correct?
Yes, yes.
I can never buy any more clothes for the rest of my life.
Wow.
A long one.
Is there anything else we can do to make this more difficult for you, if humanly possible, Ann? Aye.
All right, rest of my
But just make it my shopping days are over.
My shopping days are over.
Okay.
That's good. I like that. Or maybe both. Okay. Now, in order for me to create this miracle, I must summon the magical muse. So here we go. Harmony, melody, and words that rhyme and somehow make sense. I need to call up my friend Spike, and I'm gonna say to him, honey, let's go out for a hike. Put on our masks and talk to each other and laugh and celebrate this moment. But the sadness that my shopping days are over. Got no money to fly to Palm Beach. I wish that I could say that life was a peach, but I got my desert island CDs, and I got my good friend Spike, and I got my friends here together. Thank you, Lord. You're never gonna believe this. Something they say every day. Just when you think you've heard the worst, something blows you away. But I know my friend Spike's gonna cheer me up with his friendship. So come on over to me, darling. Thank you to your channeling man, Bill. I can't wait to have that wit and so much savoir-faire. What a thrill. Let's cheer each up together, and someday we'll enjoy Palm Beach weather together. Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Ann. Thank you very much. I want to just close out first. Jackie, you're on here. Thank you for being with us. When do you start swimming in Long Island Sound? How soon?
I will be swimming in Long Island Sound by the probably the second week in May. It'll still be cold, but it's wonderful, and it stays warm until like November, so it's wonderful.
And you swim about an hour a day, right?
No, but you know, I swim a good deal. But I go down a bunch of times a day. Sometimes, very often, I close out my day with a late night naked swim in the Sound, just me and the fish, and it's just ideal here. I got an outdoor shower, nice hot shower, sleep like a baby. It's wonderful.
Me and the fish in the dark is not appealing to me, my friend.
Well, it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Jeff, what's in store for you the week ahead, Jeff?
Oh, just more work as usual, but we try to enjoy it. And after all, we live in Palm Beach. How bad could it be?
And it is a pleasure. Thank you very much for your generosity of being with us. And one of the things I wanted to mention quickly, of all the things you do, you also do personal workshops. I think that the concept of working with you in a personal workshop, and just take a moment and tell us what that is.
Well, I created a program now that I probably won't be doing concerts for a while called Dial a Diva, and I'm doing Zoom concerts for people. I'm writing songs for people, and I'm coaching singers. And it's a very exciting process. I'm really loving getting to get to know people online in this way. It's a whole new world, and it's so nice to have that one-on-one connection, or when I'm singing with a family, a special occasion, it's really nice to see their faces, they see mine. It's like we're right next to each other, and I'm really grateful to be able to still offer my passions and my gifts at a time where it's just everything is so different, and I really miss live performance, as I'm sure everybody here feels the same way, all the things that we took for granted maybe, but I hope to offer a lot of inspiration in the months to come.
Well, Ann, that's great. If somebody wants to get in touch with you, can they just go to your website? Is that the best way to do it?
AnnHamptonCallaway.com. You can write to me. It just says write to Ann, and you'll get to me straight ahead. And I look forward to it.
Hey, Bill, can I throw in a plug?
Yes, of course, Jack.
I started doing this before this whole craziness hit, but now it is on fire because everybody needs a pick-me-up and needs a lift. I've been doing this thing called cameo.com, cameo.com/Jackie Martling, and you pay a fee, and I make a video and send it to you that's either I make fun of your father, or I tell your mother a dirty joke, or I congratulate your friend on his divorce, or tell somebody, I'm glad you guys are enjoying your vacation. And it's like a minute or 2 minutes of, sometimes they say, please tell a filthy joke, please tell a quick Howard Stern story. And it's just a joke. It's just a joke to my stupid laugh and a couple of, and it's nothing more than that. It's just mindless, but it's what I do. And it's me in the elevator telling the jokes. Nothing changes,
I think we're all in the business, all of us. And Jane was in television for a long time. In the history of show business, we're going to come out of this, and this will have been, whenever we get through this, life will be different. This will have been an epic era of approachability, authenticity of people. I don't see like all of this coming out on shows. People are just approachable, real, and authentic. And I think there'll be a large element of that is going to stick in how performances occur on television.
You get to see who and what people really are. And I think that's good,
It is. So, Ann, big thank you very much. Jeff.
And Ann, very, very nice to meet you. It was a pleasure.
Nice to meet you too. You're
Jeff,
very
thanks.
funny.
And Bill, thanks. Appreciate it.
Great to have you. Thank you.
And Jane, he should not hide you.
Okay, Ann, thank you.
She's right there.
Thanks, Jack.
And as I like to close out the show, I like to say, well, I don't like to say it. I say it because it's important. Keep your guard up at all times, and don't withhold your friendship. Close your eyes. Think of someone you've known in your life you haven't been in touch with for a while. Get in touch with that person. It's a meaningful thing to do. And I want to thank our friend Bernard Weinstock in Woodstock for the Spike the Wonder Dog theme. Thank all my guests next week. Our great friend, Bobby Rydell, special guest. Bye-bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
Bye-bye, honey.
Leslie Bennett's, author of Last Girl Before Freeway, The Life, Loves, Losses, and Liberation of Joan Rivers, warns us that, like Joan Rivers, the adventures of Spike the Wonder Dog is definitely not safe for snowflakes. But fans of transgressive humor, like Family Guy or Dave Chappelle, will appreciate Spike's wild tales, which are raunchy, hilarious, and spectacularly politically incorrect. Bill Boggs has the manners of a gentleman, as does Spike, so they'll both understand if you take offense. Rivers would have just told you to go fuck yourself.
Go to orderspike.com today and pre-order the book on Amazon. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week. And you can follow Spike at these locations. Thanks again. Bye-bye.